In our Spotlight on Business report tonight, after touting he has cut spending within NJ Transit by 5% without cutting service, new president and CEO Chris Calore says he will push forward with building a Glassboro-Camden light rail line. Calore made the announcement at Rowan University. The proposed light rail is 18 miles long and will run between Glassboro and the city of Camden, where train access is limited. The construction would coincide with a $250 million renovation project for the Walter Rand Transportation Center. Senior correspondent Joanna Gagas has more on the announcement that comes after the release of a recent report from Rutgers Camden found riders need expanded rail service in South Jersey.
South Jersey has what I would call at best a disparate mass transit system. It's balkanized. It's very hard to connect.
And so at a conference this week hosted by the Southern New Jersey Development Council, newly appointed NJ Transit CEO Chris Calore says he's moving forward on a new light rail line that would connect regions of South Jersey that have limited or no access to public transportation.
As Rowan begins to grow, as Rutgers Camden begins to grow, as the hospital systems in the area begin to grow, as employers begin to migrate here, we are going to need a system that can rival that of North Jersey and that of Europe. That's why GCL is important.
GCL stands for Glassboro-Camden Light Rail. The plan is to restore rail line service on 18 miles of an existing rail line that would connect several municipalities in Gloucester County to the city of Camden, starting with Glassboro, with possible stops in Pittman, Sewell, Woodbury, and Woodbury Heights, to name a few. It's already fully funded by the state for $250 million.
This corridor is going to be so important as we go through the entire state, all through South Jersey down to Millville, Cumberland, Vineland, areas that we could expand our eds and meds corridor.
Rutgers Camden recently released a report that shared community feedback on what they want from their transportation system and what solutions could improve the struggles they currently face.
Increase the weekend hours, increase the holiday hours, and also the overnight hours. One of the things that we heard from folks is that buses don't start till 6 a.m. They might finish their shift at 2 or 3 in the morning. So they're waiting about 3 hours for the public transportation.
That's similar to the feedback we heard from folks who depend on transit to get to and from work every day.
More trains and more buses. I would say also a more coordinated scheduling, but especially during inclement weather.
If I punch out at 12, I get home at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. And if it don't come, you got to stay at the job in the locker room until the next morning. So that's the situation with this.
The Gloucester-Camden line, we heard mixed opinions on that. Folks really wish it would have already been functional already. Then there were folks that said, I don't know how I feel about this. I want to learn more. Maybe I don't want this. So it really is taking all of those opinions and being respectful of that.
NJ Transit has started the Burlington-Gloucester-Camden study that Calore says is looking to create rational strategies for how to run the trains and buses across South Jersey. He's heard concerns from the community too.
Some of the residents have asked for quiet zones at grade crossings and other places as it goes through a residential neighborhood. I think there's some advancements in technology that'll help achieve that objective. That's why we have the Delaware River Port Authority, who's our project manager. So they're on the front lines of listening to where the people are and what concerns they have to see if we can mitigate it.
But he cautions any town that opts out of a station stop is opting out of economic growth for their community. Yet another expansion, this one of the Walter Rand Transportation Center, is also in the works. A complete upgrade to this NJ Transit station in the heart of Camden that, according to NJ Transit, will become a transit hub for all of South Jersey. It'll also be paid for with state funds to the tune of $250 million, says Calore.
Walter Rand is fully funded, and in fact, we have been talking to the residents of Camden about it. We've already held multiple sessions with the residents on what the design should look like. So the time has now come to advance the Walter Rand Transportation Center.
Calore says the design phase will last at least the next year, possibly 2 years, but that pre-construction on portions of the project can begin in 2025. In Camden, I'm Joanna Gagas, NJ Spotlight News.